Nothing else matters. It's the perfect time to be transformed. I'm Mike Morrison with 2 minutes of insight and inspiration. Welcome to 2 Minute Transformation. However you chose to celebrate Easter this past Sunday, we who are Christ's should be renewed in the hope of His resurrection. After all, it is the most significant event in human history and the foundational truth of the faith. Without the resurrection of Jesus from the dead, you and I would have no hope. The early church fathers understood the significance of Christ's resurrection, like the Apostle Paul, who had a profound grasp on the dynamic power it represented. In Philippians 3, Paul writes that he has come to the conclusion that everything else in life was, are you ready for this? Dung compared to knowing Jesus. In verse 10 and 11, Paul writes of his greatest ambition and says, that I may know Him and the power of His resurrection and the fellowship of His sufferings, being conformed to His death, if by any means I may attain to the resurrection from the dead. Paul got it. You can't really know Christ apart from the power of His resurrection. John Eldredge says we've reduced Christianity to a religion of tips and techniques, and he is absolutely correct. The tragedy of our modern culture is we've given little place for God's power. But apart from God's power, can we really know God? We need to know Christ personally. Nothing else matters so. And at this particular time in history, more than ever, we need to believe, to know the explosive, dynamic nature of His power. The guy whose business failed, the woman whose husband just walked out, the young couple facing the uncertainty of their newborn's illness. How about the teenager who's staring down the barrel of a gun, and on and on? These people don't need a guru with fortune cookie fixes. They need the power of the resurrection to raise their hopes and dreams from the dead, to resurrect purpose in their lives. When you're face to face with tomorrow's uncertainties, yesterday's accomplishments have stagnated, and you are paralyzed emotionally from your past mistakes, tips and techniques will fail you, but you can know Christ and the power of His resurrection and be transformed.